And you're welcome. It's book chat time right now here for Wake Up Nigeria. And we're joined by a very interesting author. His name is Fola Folagbaje. And he's the author of this very interesting book, Don't Call Me Lucky, although I have an alternative name for it. And today we're going to be talking about the audacity to dream and live the dream. That's what we're here to discuss today with Fola. Fola, you are welcome, man. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Interesting character, interesting author. Read your book, thought it was very fun. Have very deep questions for you. Might have to euphemize here and there. But let's talk about your book. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about the fact that you came from security guard to a brand. We're going to cover all of that and talk about the span of it and all. Yeah. But your book was inspired by what? Your story, and why? To who?
Okay, yeah. My book was inspired by my story, and so I call it because that's my journey, every plant growing through the rock, you know what it means for a plant to grow through the rock, right? Yeah, every, young minds there trying hard to make a better tomorrow for themselves, yeah.
Now, so you started out as a security guard, you said. Tell us about that story, that journey. This was covered in one of your chapters here.
Yeah, okay, so yes, I was schooling, and I needed to, fend for myself. I needed to fend for myself and, school fees and some other things like that. So I was working as a security guard and also going to school. You know what it means, like going to the guard post at night and then going to resume in the school the second morning.
So was it the glam type of security guard? The type, which one? The type that dance at the fast food?
Something like that. Funny thing is that actually reminded me of those days when I saw that video. That was how I was. I was looking. Really? I'm still very slim. Just imagine me, very, very slim then. And I was, in those, attires. But there is one good thing that I always tell people when I have the opportunity of, speaking with people, that at that point, I didn't even see myself as I was suffering or whatsoever. I just knew that it was a phase, I was happy doing what I was doing. It was a process, right? Yeah, that was it.
You also talked about being all alone, having no one to turn to. And this is actually the foundation of your story, how it pushed you on to greater things. How can people who read this book take sample from that? Okay,
so the part of being alone, I mean, there was nobody, no single person on earth I could call to get even a recharge card for my phone. I had to start doing, and that's killed, that's, this thing that is very common now, entitlement mentality, It killed it because I just knew there was nobody and I had to do everything to make a living and a better future for myself. Yeah, so I think that was it for me, really. And anybody out there, it's just good for you to understand that in this life, you are all alone. Yeah. So I learned that very early in life. Yeah.
Now, in your book, Don't Call Me Lucky, you also talk about something very, very personal, and you called it the longest, or my longest struggle. You talked about the, let's call it self-gratification, sexual self-gratification, and that you had to struggle with it for, since you were 15 up until 25, 10 years, which is little compared to what other people will say.
Yeah.
But how did that affect you? What are your thoughts on sexual gratification, or what did I call it just now? What are your thoughts on it? Are you saying that it's a bad thing, or are you saying that it's a good? It's a gray area.
Okay, so there is this thing that I believe strongly, that even no matter how good anything is, when you do it too much, then it becomes a problem. Even drinking water, eating, if you take it too much, like if you eat too much and all that, right, it can become an issue. I think that was where I was then. I was so addictive to it, and it was really affecting other things in my life. So I just knew I needed to reduce or probably kill that part of my life, and that was what I did then. So I won't say it's a bad thing if you can put it, but anything at all that you can't do without, you just have to do it, you're addicted to it, then it's an issue. That was it for me, yeah. So I just knew I needed to end that I can't do without at that particular time.
Okay. Now, toward the end of your book, you spoke about everything from mentorship to loyalty, and then your brand, of course.
Yeah.
Now, this progression of yours is something that people can take sample from. Do you see yourself as a mentor?
Okay, yeah. So
now, and a mentor for me is somebody who has gray hair, who looks like Wole Soyinka, and who talks in proverbs and everything.
Okay.
For someone as young as you, and I'm assuming that you're younger than I am by a lot. Do you see yourself as a mentor and someone who can impact younger people?
Okay. Well, I would say that I think that's the essence of writing this book, right?
Isn't it?
Yeah. So it's just to show people that, okay, fine, if I can do it, you can do it too. So really, I don't call myself mentor or anything, even though I do a number of trainings and all of that. But then my book is just to show you that this guy went from here to here.
Where is that second here? The first here is from being a security person.
Guard, yeah.
And in here presently is what now? So what is this brand?
Okay,
what do you do that is that indicates that
I left where I was.
Yeah, exactly. That movement.
Okay, so right now I have a startup for Warritor.
Warritor.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
We publish books.
Yeah, they actually do. That's them there.
Yeah.
Warritor. So that's that security guard from before.
That's security guard.
That's him right now as a book publisher, actually.
Yeah. And funniest thing is, the company is just 2 years plus. Recently, I just typed on Google, publishers in Lagos, and we came first. I was really surprised, really. Yeah, we're just 2 years, and yes, I can tell you.
So that's quite a journey.
Yeah, it is. It is really.
And you walked that journey practically on your own from where you started up until where you are right now.
Right.
It all sounds like a fairy tale story.
Yeah.
It's not easy leaving home and coming to Lagos all by yourself at the age of what?
17. Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
And then building in such a short time, it's almost unbelievable.
Yeah.
Almost unbelievable. And there are a lot of people out there who want it to be their story.
Yeah.
Now, from inside your book, what would you have to tell them? What would you refer to from inside your book about that journey and how that can also be their story?
Okay. First, we've read it times with a number that believe in yourself and all of those things, right? Yeah. But then I would just say that we all have everything in us to achieve anything we want to. You understand? The first thing is for us to desire, to want to really achieve greatness and all of that, right? So I knew that, okay, I am not called to just, do things for myself alone. My goal in life is not to build wealth for myself, but to build wealth for a number of people. And that is what has been driving me. And that is why I'm starting with this. I have so many things in life. And in 2 years, like I said, we've published for even first ladies and a good number of dignitaries.
It hasn't always been success, however. You have failed a couple of times. I think that's something that motivational speakers always want to talk about, but I don't think that we get to experience it from a personal point of view from someone who has actually succeeded, but doesn't forget to tell about failure.
Yeah.
So let's hear that part of your journey.
Okay. I would talk about a little of my struggle. At least a very hard time for me was when I lost my brother. He was a breadwinner. I also, shared that in the book, right? And it was really, really hard that time. And I had to just, start doing. That was when I really started doing things for myself. And about the business, the challenging days, many of it really, it's from dealing with clients, or from, the fact that I didn't even have the opportunity of working in any publishing house when I started out, I had to learn everything all by myself. So there were days that we had to, produce a number of books and everything in millions actually. I mean, there was issue. So we had to start all over and all. These are things that happen behind the closed door that many, but one thing that keeps driving me is excellence. So if it's not excellent, I'm not giving it a house. And this has really attracted clients even all over the world, not just Nigeria, to work with us, really. So I think that's about it.
Fantastic.
Just the mindset.
Well, you are a sample. You are what everybody should look up to, and everybody should actually pick up that book and read it. Don't Call Me Lucky. No, he put in the hard work and everything. And I also have an alternative name for it. What did I call it again?
What?
I said, No help is coming.
No help is coming.
No help is coming. Interesting, man. Good to have you here. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing more from Warrior, more from you, and all. Okay. If you're out there, do stay tuned because we've got more inside of the kitchen. It is agog. Everything is happening right now. Winfrey is also helping out, as I can see, with Samuel Otobong. Winfrey, please give us a status report, please. What's happening in there?